Hello and welcome to the Ending Body Burnout Show. We're your hosts, Chris and Philly, co-founders of multi-award-winning functional medicine practice, serving busy people with energy, mood, and gut issues.
Well, busyness, overworking, addictive doing, and perfectionism might be the norm. It's not normal, and it's a major contributor to health issues.
Our goal with this show is to give you a holistic root cause approach to healing your body so that you don't have to continue doctor or diet hopping or popping a gazillion supplements hoping something might stick.
So get ready to heal your body, get your spark back, deeply connect with yourself, and step into the life of your dreams. Let's dive in.
G'day guys, and welcome to this episode of the Ending Body Burnout Show. Super excited to be here for this one. I think you'll enjoy this. Philly, we've got some important announcements to make.
Yeah, so this week, we are kicking off our 3-day live Beating Body Burnout and Perfectionism event today. So today, you may be listening to this after Tuesday. If you're listening to it on Tuesday, day one of our 3-day event is kicking off today. It's all about the body systems that burn out when you're running perfectionism patterns and the symptoms that arise because of that. Day 2 on Wednesday is looking at the deepest root cause. So why have these body systems burnt out in the first place? And our focus will be on the unconscious mind. And day 3, which will be on Friday, we're going to shift to what we call more surface level root causes. And we'll be talking about nutrition and movement and how you can support your body if your body is feeling burnt out. So it's not too late to join. Even if you're listening to this after the 3-day event, we will still keep it open for a little bit longer for people to register, and you can listen back to the recording. We have so many amazing resources to download as well. I've just been working on some today, recording this podcast a week early. And I know that you guys are going to love it. In fact, I would say if we were putting a price tag on it, the value of it would be at least $497. Boom. Yeah. Another announcement as well. Doors are open to our Ending Body Burnout Method. So this is our official launch week this week. Doors close next week on Tuesday the 29th. We only open doors a few times a year, so next round won't be until late November. So if you've been, listening along to content, maybe you've even started the process with us in the answers phase and you've started doing lab testing and you're just like, I am so keen and I don't want to wait until November, you have 1 week to jump in.
Now's your time.
And also we are offering our super low discounted prices. Beta prices, yep. Next time will highly likely be double.
Get in on it.
Get in.
All right. So welcome everybody. Super excited to have you.
Yeah. So to celebrate launch week, we thought we'd actually give you an inside peek into the Ending Body Burnout Method. So what is it? Well, let me just start off by saying, hand on heart, it will change your life. So we've had around 90 clients go through or currently in Ending Body Burnout Method now. And those who lean into the process and follow the process, not even perfectly, just follow the process, not only have symptom improvement, but it is self and life changing. I actually had a consult with a new client the other day, and hand on heart, I just looked into the camera. It was a consult via Zoom. And with 100% confidence, I could promise to her that this will change your life. And she was actually so shocked at how confident I am. She has a lot of weird health issues. I've seen heaps of practitioners. But we actually find that the weirder the health issues, the more profound the results our clients get in the Ending Body Burnout Method. So it is foolproof. Our program is an embodiment of our own healing work. And now we are seeing countless clients get the same results. And we'll share some stats of improvements and some testimonials a little bit later.
I was talking to a client this morning about some conversations I'd had with clients 7 to 10 years ago, and I was reflecting today on the topic of our conversation compared to the topic of my conversations with clients many years ago. And I think what we've got going on in the Ending Body Burnout Method is the accumulation of both mine, our many mentors, experience, and it's really a joint effort bringing this together. And what's that saying? You stand on the shoulders of giants. We're standing on the shoulders of giants. We've got a lot of our IP, intellectual property, tied up into what we do, but there's so much beautiful wisdom and knowledge and healing capability that we're bringing together all in the one place to end your body burnout. Super cool.
And also clients we've worked with in the past who have done what we told them to do. This is like old way of working with people. And like I can think of a few people right now that I'm like, they did everything in their treatment plan. They invested their time, their money, their energy into lab testing, taking supplements, healing diets, exercise, yet they didn't get any results. So it's actually the Ending Body Burnout Method is
not any results.
No, some people didn't. Some people were completely resistant.
Yeah.
So we believe in root cause medicine. And so those clients, it was just very apparent that yes, there were physical stuff going on. Why are you not responding to physical treatments?
Like exercise and nutrition. It's like these strategies were more like not really
like
addressing the root cause. It was like superficial. Hey.
Yeah. And like the usual way that a naturopath or a nutritionist or a functional medicine practitioner might practice.
Yeah.
And so I was like, this is not good enough because these people were just going round and round and round, medical specialists, natural therapists, not getting results. And so I feel like we've found the key. We've unlocked the way. So let's
practitioner hopping, doctor Googling.
Yeah.
And it's all in your head. Maybe you need to come to terms with like, this is, you're actually okay. And then you walk away, like our clients would walk away from their appointments with the GP or the doctor and they're like, well, I don't feel okay.
Okay, so who is the Ending Body Burnout Method for? Because let me just say there is nothing like it on this planet.
Whoa.
We have done a lot of research and I've worked with a lot of people as well. And this is an accumulation of things that we've done for ourselves and for those clients that we're not getting great results. So who is it for? So if you're struggling with common body burnout symptoms like energy, mood, and gut issues, especially those who have weird chronic health issues that aren't being addressed by the medical system, then the Ending Body Burnout Method is for you. Also, if you're stuck in a pattern of busyness, addictive doing, perfectionism, people pleasing, overworking, overwhelm, and it's hijacking your health and your healing, we love working with those types of people with those patterns because at some point it's going to show up in the body. Also, if you're doing all the things but nothing is budging your health symptoms, especially if you're kind of like focusing on all the physical stuff but nothing is budging your health symptoms, or maybe you're doing metaphysical or psychological type work but nothing's budging your symptoms, the Ending Body Burnout Method will provide you with a completely different approach because we're combining all levels of your body and yourself. Also, for people who struggle to do the things that will lead to better health, we work deep in the unconscious state as one of our processes in the Ending Body Burnout Method. So self-sabotage is purely not laziness or lack of motivation or because you're just not disciplined enough. That is just the strategy that you're playing. It's stuck in the unconscious state. Also, for people who have just tried so long, for so hard to get on top of your body burnout and now you're losing hope.
You say that around the other way. So long. Tried so hard for so long and nothing's working, then again, we've worked with quite a few people who
have felt like that as well and have got some remarkable results. Another thing too, like a lot of people who have had chronic health issues get stuck in health anxiety or constantly feeling worried, anxious, flighty, whether that's about your health or just about life in general, including feeling anxious about doing the right thing for your health or guilt or shame that you can't do the things, then Ending Body Burnout Method is for you. Chris, do you want to go over who it is not for? We actually don't want to work with people if you tick these boxes.
Quick fixes, superficial. If you feel like, just give me a pill, just dope me up on supplements so I can be on my way. It doesn't excite me to do that, because that's really just scratching at the surface, isn't it? I don't know how you feel, but
I actually feel like it's actually unethical to practice that way.
Boom.
Because it's not going, you might feel good while you're taking a bunch of adaptogenic herbs or vitamin Bs or tyrosine or something. But if you're not addressing root causes, then that actually is a waste of money, a waste of time. And I see it time and time again. People end up with the same symptoms or a new set of symptoms later down the track. So just not interested. I'm a bit over it. Can't be bothered. It's not my jam. It's not my style to just dope you up on some sort of nootropic or supplemental adaptogen, like Philly said, just so that you can manage the symptoms that you've got. I'd rather poke the wound, find out why it hurts, what got you the wound in the first place, and solve those deeper underlying things. Chris and I actually joke, like sometimes people do say, I just want the quick fix. So just give me the lab tests and the supplements, and we actually have a laugh because it's like actually the Ending Body Burnout Method is the quick fix.
Yeah, it's the quick fix.
Because it gives you long-term health and deep healing, and although it's a bit of time and energy to get the results, in the long run, it is the quick fix.
Yeah, it really is. You might have seen, I saw this YouTube video once about marshmallows and little kids, and they put the people doing the study were behind the glass window, like you can only see through one way, and they put this marshmallow in front of the kids, and they're like, or a cookie or whatever it was, and they're like, hey, I'm just going to put this here just in front of you. You can have it if you want, but if you don't eat it, and I'm just going to duck out for a second, but if you don't eat this marshmallow or cookie or whatever it was, I'll give you another one if you don't eat it. And so it's this delayed gratification if they can just kind of hold themselves back for this one little moment while the researcher ducks out and watches them from behind the screen, then they'll come back and they'll give them two. A couple of people did, and they followed up on them after a while, and they showed that they had good self-esteem and a few other good things. My point is more like, so often we as a human species, we chase this instant gratification. I think in social media and in the world today, there's a massive amount of us, a significant amount of human population who will just go for quick wins and instant gratifications, don't they? And what Philly and I are saying is, we light up. We love solving the deeper reason, and that is the quickest route because it solves it once and for all.
And we love working with people invested in that as well, because the transformations, the connection is just phenomenal. It's beautiful.
And it's scary too. It is, isn't it? Like, it's to really open yourself up to to what's really going on underneath, the reasons why you got into this mess in the first place. It's risky business. It's scary. It's hard. And to do that takes a degree of vulnerability. And isn't it like, think of any story or any movie, it's more interesting. It's more heartfelt when the hero does something scary and risky and comes through, and that's why we like it when you, as the hero, be vulnerable and really get to the root, open up what needs to be opened up.
Okay, so just as a recap, who the Ending Body Burnout Method is not for.
Not quick
just
fixes.
Want a quick fix or a Band-Aid.
Not interested in long term.
Not interested, maybe you just want a bit of a relief to get through a stressful period, but you don't really care if it lasts. Probably not.
Not open to seeing things differently.
Not open to seeing things differently or changing, especially looking at your health differently, because we have a very unique way of looking at body burnout and health symptoms.
Think they know it all already. Think they know the answers.
Yeah, not willing to learn or try a new way.
Yeah, I mean, how can you learn something new if you know all the things already?
So if you feel like, oh no, it's all just heavy metals. It's heavy metals. It's heavy metals. It's heavy metals. Yep. No, we just got to detox. That's kind of an example of you feel like you have all the answers already. It's sort of like, hang on, we're not just harboring heavy metals, and maybe that's part of the reason why you're feeling sick. But let's look at why you're not detoxing in the first place.
Yeah.
Let's look at why your liver and your kidneys have kind of broken down or burnt out in the first place. And let's look at why the unconscious state is not supporting your organs to function as they should, because your unconscious state is controlling everything. Okay. So, what's body burnout costing you?
Me?
Anyone?
Anybody? Yeah. Good question.
personal experience. Relationships was a big one. When I was in a state of body burnout, my sanity, my joy in life, even our business back in the day when both of us were quite burnt out, our ability to lead in our business and to make money. And also, I don't even know how much I've spent healing my body, in all levels of myself. At very least, and I'm not adding in educational stuff, but I worked with a functional medicine doctor in America, the best, who also was my mentor. And that was about $12,000, not including lab testing or supplements. Then a few years later, actually it's probably about 5 or 6 or 7 years later, when all my health issues flared up again, and I'm like, oh, I got to get to the root of what's going on. I worked with a transformational coach, $12,000. So at bare minimum, it was about $24,000 I was spending on trying to address my body burnout. And I mentioned that, and I was very happy to prioritize my health in that. But what I love about what we've created is that it's all parts of you that's being addressed in the one program, in the one container. So it's going to actually save you a lot of time and money and sanity, especially if you're someone who is a bit addicted to Dr. Google and trying to self-diagnose or self-treat. That gets really confusing. And I was definitely in that camp for a couple of years.
Yeah, stuff. There's this thing, the Eisenhower Square. I don't know if I won't go into it too much, but it's a time management principle, and not going to go into this, importance of management over state management over time management. But there's this thing in time management world where you can go prioritize the things that are urgent and important. And a lot of times people will burn out because they're chasing the fires, putting out fires all over the place. The urgent stuff that pops up all the time. And a lot of clients that I'll work with, and then in myself as well, We just burn out because we're chasing the wrong things. We burn out because the things that we're making urgent, they're not important, or they're not really the root cause. And so we burn out. Our body systems burn out, our mind, our hearts, our relationships all burn out because we're chasing after the wrong thing. So we're pretty passionate, more than pretty passionate. We are on a mission to end body burnout by getting to the root cause. Why you're doing the things you're doing that are getting you the result.
And what I love,
first place.
Yeah, what I love about what we've created in the Ending Body Burnout Method as well is that we're teaching people, not only helping them to heal physically, metaphysically, but we're also teaching them to become their own self-healer and their own self-regulator. So after people finish our program, and let's just say a year later, life just like blows up, something crazy happens, and there's like little signs of symptoms popping up. Our people know exactly why, and then how to quickly turn those symptoms off by restoring your relationship with yourself. And that again is going to save you so much in the future in so many ways. So the Ending Body Burnout Method really gives you not just health of body, but also health of mind. And I think the big 3 C's are calm. I think everyone, especially, busy perfectionists, overdoers, workaholics, people who can't switch off very well. I feel like, me personally, that was something that I was really seeking, is like, how can I just find calm within myself? Confidence that you can do whatever you want to do. Confidence that your body is this amazing, intelligent vessel that has a blueprint for health, that it's not complicated. It's actually not confusing your health issues, and having that confidence to be able to know exactly all the pieces that have caused the burnout to happen in the first place and how to restore that. And a deep connection as well. Like, we'll read some testimonials in a second, but it was just beautiful that in our testimonials, some of the clients that sent out back some feedback, none of them actually said, "Oh, thank you so much. I'm so great that I don't have fatigue or anxiety, or like my bloating is gone." All of them were deeply grateful for the self-love and the connection that they now have for themselves, and how that ripples out into the world, into the people that they love, into their family, which is great because, if someone wants to be healthy, it's not just to be healthy. It's what you can then do with that health. Mm-hmm. All right. Can you give a little, Chris, summary of the 3 processes or steps in our Ending Body Burnout Method?
Yeah, the first part is all about answers. And, you can't have a health symptom or a health issue or disease without there being an underlying body system dysfunction. You can't, it's kind of like, I think about it like a pimple. You can't have a pimple unless there's like some pus popping out from underneath, right? And so there's a few pimples in our lives, and they're symptoms, and you can't have a symptom unless underneath your body systems falling apart. So our very first part of Ending Body Burnout Method is all about getting answers. First up, we get you to gather all the data all the many things that you've done already in the past, and gather all that data. And then you'll use that data in combination with a consultation where Philly will connect the dots. We get all this data, plonk it down on a page, and it becomes almost like a messy connect the dots drawing that'll stump your kids and get them occupied for a long time. And this connect the dots experience, the real opportunity there is that Philly and I will be able to know which body system is connected to the symptoms that are expressing in your life. And also we get to, as we connect the dots, we get a picture of your overall health. And after your connect the dots experience with Philippa, you get to do some lab testing, some functional medicine lab tests, so that we can confirm the imbalances in your body systems. And then after your test results get back, we'll get you back in for a lab review and confirm the So go over the conformation of the body systems and give you a clear diagnosis as to what's going on underneath in your body systems. And that's answers, but it doesn't that process doesn't give you the root cause. And so we move to the second part, which is what we call spark. And that's where answers looks at the physical. Spark looks at the metaphysical, or the things that aren't quite just in the physical realm. It might not be the food that you're eating, might not just be the food you're eating. It's like, well, why are you eating that food? What's gone into that habit, that behavior, that pattern? Where are you now? How did you get here? Where are you going? What do you actually want? Regulating your nervous system and also living a purposeful life. That's spark.
And spark is, we call it the metaphysical lab testing and healing, because just like getting lab tests back and it's like, oh, you've got leaky gut and adrenal fatigue and, methylation issues, which is part of your detox pathways. Spark actually looks at like all the patterns that you're playing out in your current life and where the heck did they come from? So especially too, busy people, perfectionists, people pleasers, doing too much. I know that I'm sure that you can say, yeah, it's my behaviors, my lifestyle. Yeah, that's why I'm burnt out. Oh yeah, I'll just have to stop saying yes to so much. And I just got to, more work-life balance. Now, you've probably been saying that to yourself for maybe like 10 years or more. Why have you not changed yet? Well, every behavior has a belief underneath. So we go deep into the unconscious state where you have a whole heap of hidden beliefs about yourself that is dictating every thought that you have, every feeling, every behavior, every physical symptom. Also, the unconscious state makes up 95% of our mind. So you're only 5% conscious. 95% is unconscious. And do you know what's actually controlling all the body systems that we test for? The unconscious state. The unconscious state is secreting and sending messages for every chemical reaction, for our adrenals to secrete cortisol, DHEA, for your neurotransmitters to be produced. And so it makes sense then. It makes sense that, well, in order to get to the deep root, to really support the healing of your body systems, to then see the eradication of your symptoms, we must go deep into the unconscious state. And what we find too is a lot of people have unaddressed trauma. And that's not necessarily big T trauma. That could be distressing events that you had when you were a little kid. And sometimes they're innocent things that happened, but your system, your body remembers everything. And so then you get stuck in this chronic fight-flight cycle. We call it the brain trauma loop. And so we're healing deep stuff, deep stuff, holistically.
Yeah. And in addition to that, I was just going to say something. Before you said trauma loop, lost me. But spark is all about like why is this even an issue for you? That's what I was going to say. A lot of times people will feel better going through the spark process. They'll feel better by doing the more metaphysical healing rather than people will feel better with the physical and they'll feel better with the metaphysical. But when you combine the two, it's foolproof. It's foolproof.
You will be well.
Yeah. Well, how can you not?
How can you not? Here's the thing, like your body systems can only break down in so many ways. We test and treat for 3 main body systems because they're the big ones. And just the same way, your unconscious state can break down in so many ways. Okay, cool. Well, we know the structure. We know the process. So the healing actually becomes really simple. Then the last The last step in Ending Body Burnout Method is shine, although it's not really the last. It's almost like a bit of a spiral. So as people are working or clients are working on metaphysical stuff through Spark, we're also doing physical healing. We're also doing targeted lab-based supplements. We're doing healing diets as needed. We're looking at your lifestyle. We're looking at the environment. Because, you know, you could have the best thoughts in the world and you could be taking the best supplements, but if you put yourself constantly in a toxic environment, for example, then, you know, at some point you're going to get polluted again. So we're looking at your whole self holistically.
Put all that together. So sometimes we can really feel like we're in a downward spiral, or we feel like we're going backwards, and it's this vicious stuckness, this vicious cycle. The Ending Body Burnout Method is a virtuous cycle. So if you look up the definition of that, it means it's onwards and upwards spiral. It's going around in circles. And sometimes you're going backwards and up and down, but it's a virtuous cycle. It's always progressing. It's always moving. The problems that you've got now are different to the problems you had before. And so what we've found as we've worked with clients over the accumulated between us 20 plus years and many clients through this, is that problems manifest differently when you go to that next level. And part of our Ending Body Burnout Method that we go over in Spark, specifically in our purposeful living module, is about leveling up.
Yeah.
And as you level up, when you get to a certain level, you're going to have a whole different set of problems. And that's what makes us different as well, is we are implementing and integrating this technique and this process no matter what level you're at, because your problems that you got are going to be different as you make progress through this journey. And it's beautiful. It's fun, and it's interesting, and it's meaningful. It's not superficial. It's deep, poignant, important, critical.
Now, for those who are like the itty bitty details, I mean, we'll put a link where you can have a look at Ending Body Burnout Method. I do, just because a lot of people are like, oh, well, how is it delivered? So we're there's a few different ways that you can do the Ending Body Burnout Method. So we do have a VIP one-on-one option. We also have a hybrid option where you can do a bit of one-on-one and group, and we have our online coursework that takes you through the process. So depending on your needs, how you like things delivered, there's options that I think suit most people. And also too, if depending on who's listening to this podcast, because this is a question I've had as well, is like, oh, but Philly, I've already done lab testing with you, and we were doing like the old ad hoc consults and just working on supplements. Do I have to do the whole thing again if I'm doing Ending Body Burnout Method? The answer is no. You don't have to do lab testing again. We start off with wherever you're at. If you're a new client and you're like, oh, I really want to start before the 29th of August, but we currently don't have any spots available for just like a initial consult, but you're really keen, you can just join the whole program, and that will make sure that we have space for you to be able to start the testing phase as well as the spark and shine phases as well. Okay, now, the other day I sent out a feedback form to clients who have gone through the Ending Body Burnout Method and got quite a lot of feedback. And with the feedback, I created beautiful graphs, and because I love data and I don't think the numbers lie, and it was actually really cool putting all this together. In the show notes, I'm going to put a download to the PDF if you want to have a good look at what we're about to talk about. But in the feedback form, we asked before and after improvements. So it was really cool to see that 100% of clients had improvement in energy. 100. 95% had an improvement in mood. 100% had an improvement in overall gut health. and other inflammatory symptoms, which makes up a combination of a whole heap of stuff: autoimmunity, hormonal issues, skin issues, restless legs, vaginal infections, weight issues, gallstones. In the PDF, I list all the symptoms, but 100% of clients had improvements in other symptoms. And with all of those clients in the PDF download, we've also created a graph as well. So you can see every individual person, their level of improvement. It's so cool. I love it. And then we were like, well, okay, cool. That's awesome to know that symptoms are improving or disappearing. What about life? How is doing the Ending Body Burnout Method supporting people in their life? And so we've got a few more stats. So 95% of clients created and maintained better habits. 90% of clients experienced more life balance. 95% of clients developed a really deep self-love. 90% of clients reported improvements in relationships, and we do not do relationship coaching.
Yeah.
80% of clients reported improvements in work and business. Again, we don't talk about business strategy or anything, but just an overflow of really owning who you are and believing in yourself and having this health of body. It's improving work and business. I wanted to ask about finances, like specifically, has anyone made more money after doing Ending Body Burnout Method? Again, we don't talk about how to make more money, but surprisingly, 30% of clients saw improvements in finances, which was really cool. Enjoyment, 90% of clients have created more enjoyment and fun in their life, and 95% of clients reported an improvement in their overall well-being. So that is just so beautiful. Now, I want to end with one testimonial from the beautiful Nicole. We have heaps of testimonials, so we'll share them somewhere. But I'll read this. So Nicole says, I was searching for answers. I had tried everything, yet I wasn't convinced that I'd been given all of the answers because of the way I was continuing to feel despite doctors telling me otherwise. Physically and emotionally, I was in a mess and had been for years. I came across Chris and Philly, I think it was on the radio, and reached out and had a free discovery call. I will admit that at the time I wasn't convinced they could help, but I was willing to try for the sake of my health and my relationships that were falling down around me. I began on my Ending Body Burnout journey and did not look back. 5 months later, I have my life back. Energy, happiness, strength, and focus. Chris and Philly's Ending Body Burnout protocol is like nothing I had ever tried before. It has changed my life, and I will be forever grateful to Chris and Philly for guiding me through the process. If you are reading this, then you are obviously curious about ending your body burnout too. Stop thinking and just go for it. You have so much to gain and nothing to lose. The Body Burnout Method was a blessing in my life. Oh, no, sorry. That's another testimonial. I could continue reading.
I want to read one.
All right, you read one.
The Ending Body Burnout Method. This is from Jace, which you'll hear from soon. On a podcast episode, the Ending Body Burnout Method was a journey of personal growth, gaining the skills to control my thinking and NLP. Love discovering my purpose. And he's just put a special mention in here that he didn't say he liked, he says he's loved Chris's jokes. Jason,
yes.
Thank you.
So funny.
It's always
Chris.
nice having someone who appreciates real talent when they see it.
Now, in the show notes, we have had a few clients come on the podcast. So if you're new to our podcast and you haven't listened to them, I'll pop in the show notes an interview with Alice, who had all sorts of weird health issues, unconscious wounds. Episode 7 with Brian, who was struggling with headaches and brain fog, fatigue, and weird body odor. And episode 5 is Sam's beautiful story around overcoming chronic fatigue, anxiety, and gallstone attacks naturally. All right, awesome. Well, hopefully that was inspiring. If you have any questions, we're going to be popping up on lives throughout this next week. But yeah, if you have any questions, Feel free to email us, DM us, book in for a free discovery call as well if you want to, or we'll also put the link if you are just like, my heart is singing to me that yes, I need the Ending Body Burnout Method. We'll have the link down below where you can just like press the link and join immediately.
Boom. Thanks for joining us, guys. Take good care, and go ahead and have the best day ever. See ya.
Thank you so much for listening. We so appreciate you. If you'd like to give us extra smiles, drop us a review and spread the love by sharing this episode.
You can also rate your own state of burnout and the root cause contributors by taking our Ending Body Burnout assessment on our website. And if you're interested in learning about our group or one-on-one Ending Body Burnout programs, shoot us a DM via Instagram or Facebook. Have the best day ever.